Whew. All right, everyone. Well, welcome to a very special little Q&A slash vlog slash whatever you want to call it. Kind of a decompressing, I guess is what I would call it. After a full-on day of reacting to the Pro Jared documentary from June the King on YouTube here. It was a good day. It was a good show, a good documentary. 90 minutes that basically was over 4 hours of reacting, which I knew it would be. I told you guys when I do these long-form reacts that I have so much to say about them that they take forever, right? They do. Because you got to really, I want to make sure I'm giving them a fair shake. And I was really weighing and balancing a lot of different situations and things, right? You know what I'm saying? So, interesting, to say the least. And I loved the show. I hope that you guys enjoyed the content. I hope that you guys enjoyed this live react. And I need feedback, first of all. What I'd like to hear primarily is what you thought. Did you like the show? Did you like how I did it, the format? Is there any suggestions for improvement? Right? What is your feedback overall? If you guys want to talk with me and tag me here in the stream, I'd be willing to air your questions. I just got a warm coffee. I'm waiting for it to cool down so I can drink it. And I'm all here to talk with you guys. All right, so let's see. So, Shadow King, can we use a Sailor Mercury cosplay as a jump scare? No, I never want to see that ever again. I'm going to strike that from my memory. Green Goblin says, would you give an open invitation to Pro Jared for an interview? I think if you treat interviews as redemption, the positive rise and fall, then it can be successful. See, like, here's the thing. Would I like to maybe interview him one day? But here's the thing. Like, I think I would rather interview him, about his life, about how he's doing, his content that he wants to put out, his passion for games. To me, that interview would make a lot more sense and be more interesting than any interview about that drama that he went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to ask him questions about his Tumblr. I don't want to ask him about what happened with his ex-wife. I want to ask him about what's he up to today. What does he think about the state of gaming? What's he going to do with his channel? That's more interesting to me. But that's not what people want. When it comes to someone like him, it'll be like, if you don't ask him about all that drama shit, we don't care. You're a terrible interviewer, right? That's so stupid. You know what I'm saying? It is so dumb. But that's how people are on the internet. So would I like to interview Pro Jared for my upcoming series, DSP Asks It? Sure. But it's not going to be the kind of interview that the drama queens want. It would be a much nicer interview than that, that's for sure. But then again, I don't know if he would ever want to be interviewed by me, why he would even care, Okay. Paul is saying, will the reacts always be about downfalls of other creators? Absolutely not. In fact, what we're going to talk about in a few moments here is, what do you guys want to hear next for a react event? Do you want to hear a similar kind of content than what we just did today? Would you like something completely different? Do you have suggestions for something different? Because I'm open to suggestions. The thing is, I need to see, are they viable? Something that I can actually do legally for this channel? Something that I can do, in regards to doing it as like a stream like I did today. Also, maybe I can reach out to whoever made that content and get permission ahead of time, which I would like to do. I don't have to legally do it, but I'd certainly like to do it. Okay? Feasting with the King will be on DSPReacts. Yes, it will. This is where it's going to be, Kevin. Dodge Crazy says, this was awesome. Thank you for a great content. I appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. Thank you, Dodge. Queen of Hearts says, I liked it. Thank you for giving your initial thoughts halfway through and to see how that opinion may change by the end or stay the same. Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, I went into this with very few preconceived notions, only for what people had told me over the years about the situation. I didn't actually know what the whole situation was. And then when we got like halfway through the doc, one thing happened, right? First you had the accusations from his wife. Then you had the Tumblr accusations about his fans. It was just like layers of crap that you had to sift through and figure out. And I like that I basically, over the course of the day, I learned what was going on and was able to piece through it and understand, as opposed to just making knee-jerk reactions, which a lot of the internet sounded like they did. In reality, I feel, and this is a full 180 for me, a lot of people crapped on me and said, oh, you see, you were one of the earlier people who crapped on Pro Jared, and then he vindicated himself on the internet. And, now you should apologize. And I'm like, I never crapped on him at all. He crapped on me on Twitter years ago. All I did was quote tweet him and clap back to some extent. I never accused him of anything. I never made a video about the guy in any negative light whatsoever. If anything, I'm the person who was the nicest to him because I just said a few random things on Twitter and left it at that. While other people were literally making strings of content about this guy that was all unfounded and based on hearsay, and then eventually ended up getting cleared up via these receipts, right? And so, if anything, I think it's the rest of the internet that owed the guy an apology. Not what did I do? A couple of nasty tweets versus people making giant, elaborate videos about the guy basically destroying him. People calling for him to be canceled and arrested and stuff, right? It's pretty messed up. Bloomkid did a super chat. The Right Opinion makes some really good documentaries. Would be cool to see if you do one of those as a long-form reaction. The Right Opinion? What is that? How could there be something called a right opinion? There's no such thing as a right opinion. No opinion can be right, because opinion is a personal take from someone, right? It's not a fact that can be corroborated. So, I don't know about that. I actually have to look into that. Did I watch Baby Looney Tunes? Do you mean Tiny Toon Adventures? I don't know what Baby Looney Tunes is. I also don't think that has much to do with what we're doing today, Willow. Just saying. Okay. Okay. So, what do you guys think of... I mean, if you don't want to talk about what you thought about today's documentary, it seems like most of you liked it. The attendance today was great. You know, what kind of stuff would you like to see me do for future documentaries? Because that's what I really think we should take away from today. While we're actually here, you know, we still have a good amount of viewers here on the stream. You know, what is it that you would like to see in the future? Because we're doing one in a month. We're doing one at the end of March. And within the next couple of weeks, I need to set up a poll so that members of this channel, people who became members of DSP Reacts, can start voting on what they want. No, I did not see any South Park episode about Prince Harry. Jade, I will see you tomorrow on DSP Gaming. And yeah, tips were pretty good for this stream. I mean, this is the only stream I'm doing today. I'm glad I hit my tips goals, but I mean, normal in a day, I try to hit goals on 2 streams, so it's good. I'm not complaining. We got members here today. We got super chats. We got a bunch of engagement and likes, tips. You know, it's all good. It's all good. What about murder and mystery? Green Goblin, do you have suggestions of a murder mystery channel, right? Do I know Jasper watches me when I sleep? Oh, I'm aware of it because he's in the same room right next to me every night. He's watching both Cat and I as we try to sleep. Anything that would cause controversy. I want to see you blow up, bro. Super clippable hot takes. No thanks. Dead Defiler says, review to USA's daughters in the ICU. Do we have thoughts? If it is true, because this could be someone trying to start drama. If it's true, I wish her the best, and I hope for a speedy recovery or whatever the hell's going on. That sounds awful. There you go. I don't really know what that has to do with me, or why you would ask me. How I have any take on that, I don't know, but there you go. All right. Make it a point for the next time to not do something negative like a downfall documentary. Do something positive or educational. Jade, I'm well aware you like Rob Gavigan. Perhaps we will re-explore that this Halloween coming up. We'll see. Green Goblin says there's a channel called Explore With Us, a channel for murder and crime documentaries. Interesting. You know, I will say this, if you don't know, like for example, those anything that has to do with murder or crime scenes, it tends to have issues on YouTube with the demonetization and sometimes claims. I guess YouTube tends to think that real life murder stories are a sensitive subject, and a lot of the times they will flag that content and make it either not monetizable or for adults only, which obviously that's not what I'm going for. I'm not trying to go for adults only content. So maybe it's not a good idea, even though it would be. I like murder mysteries. That would be interesting to me. Dark Side of the Ring on YouTube. I'm well aware of this. That is the Dark Wrestling documentary channel, right? But I don't think they would allow anyone to react to it, would they? I feel like that would be like massive claimed. I don't know. Slayer, what's going on? I'll watch your full documentary reaction when you upload them. That's why I didn't join the stream till now. I didn't want to watch the reaction halfway. And that makes sense. Totally makes sense. Why you want to watch only the end, right? So, yeah. Part 1 will be tonight. I'll upload that tonight. And then I'm going to upload, the Level 1 podcast to DSP Gaming and part 1 tonight. And then there was 5 freaking parts. 5. So you're going to see one today, one tomorrow. Let me think about this. So I have 4 parts of DSP versus the internet. I'm going to upload one of those Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I have 5 parts of this. So I could technically upload this Saturday, and then I could do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I could also do the bonus review of The Last of Us on Monday. That'll be a lot of content for the channel this week. Wow. Yeah. There you go. No, I will not live react to game events. If people want to hear my opinions on game events and the like, I do that on my podcast pretty much every day if there's game news or whatever. Today, in depth on the podcast, I actually talked about the Suicide Squad game footage that was in State of Play. But I have no plans to do live reacts to those events. What I will do, for example, let's say Sony puts out a really big State of Play conference around E3, and it's like giant bombshells. Likely what I will do is do what I call my recap reactions, which is me sitting here recapping everything that happened in the event and giving you my opinions. But I'm not going to do it live. I've tried it last year. The live reacts to those events did not work. People didn't attend, didn't care, didn't give a crap. They cared more about my well-drawn-out thoughts than they did about me just live reacting to it. So I'm not interested in that. Let's see here. Are political and social issue documentaries allowed? I guess so, Green Goblin. I guess it depends because, again, what YouTube considers allowable and not allowable. You know what I mean? Like, if you get too political, sometimes YouTube gets upset. And obviously, I'm not a politics guy. I'm not here to sit here and talk politics with you all day. So, I guess it would depend. But I'm not saying to throw off the table. Okay? You have to think about it. Some suggestions or whatever. Thank you, Slayer, for posting up your videos for this coming Saturday. It's 1 week from today is the next episode of DSP versus the Internet. For those who are now channel members, a lot of people had 6 new members today. And you 6 new members can now actually nominate videos. You got to go to the members tab on the main channel of DSP Gaming, or excuse me, DSP Reacts here. My bad. And you can actually post up the videos for next week's show. JPU did a super chat. Do you group your sources together in OBS? I've seen you move your camera and frame around separately. It would be faster and look more professional. Sadly, I can't really do that. Here's why. How can I show you? So, for example, let's say I scoot over here. Okay? Oh, it would be great to group these two together, the camera and the border, right? Except I don't always use that camera or that border. Sometimes I use widescreen. Sometimes I use standard def. Sometimes I use one border. Sometimes I use a different color border. And they're all different files. So it's not like, oh, I'm always using the same camera and the same border. I could group them together and move them together. If I did, I would. If that was the case, if I was always using the same, I would literally leave it together and always use it like that. But I don't. So it's actually easier for me to not group it together because I'm constantly changing it. My setup's very different from others, trust me. Thank you, JPU, for that super chat. I'm actually very much looking forward after this Q&A to quickly doing the daily wrap and relaxing my voice. I just talked from 11:15 a.m. until now. I've been talking for 8 hours straight, and I would like to relax my voice. It needs it. React to big events in history or in the past or happened when I was younger or that what the world was like. Someone made an interesting suggestion. Listen to this. They said, what about your history as a YouTuber? Why not going through your history as when you started in 2008 and what it was like to be a YouTuber then and how things changed over the years and about how your partnership went with Machinima, how that worked, and all the ups and downs you had with them, being a popular YouTuber earlier on, seeing things decline, seeing public opinion turn against you, and, documenting all the ups and downs of my history as a YouTuber. That's something I could do one day. My own documentary, my own YouTube documentary, a self-documentary as a YouTuber. Yeah, Disco says, I can't believe that Suicide Squad game is looking like Fortnite or Crackdown. That's another one, too. Crackdown. You're right. It does look like Crackdown. I don't know how they turned Suicide Squad into like a generic game. It's pretty crazy. Can I watch the movie The Room? I know all about it. I've seen reviews of it. I have no desire to ever watch it. It's terrible. Why would I want to watch it? Everyone knows it's terrible. Oh, man. Can you tell him a little beat? Hoy. So, again, any suggestions, guys, for the next big React project? Any questions for me? I'm trying to finish my coffee here, but, you know, outside of that, I'm all ears. I really would like input in the next few days to think about what the next React should be. Can I watch a fail compilation with Jim Ross commentary if you become a member and you suggest it for DSP versus the internet? Yes, possibly. That's how you suggest that stuff. What was my longest React? My own, right? Wasn't my own React the longest when I reacted it was either to Down the Rabbit Hole or the John, I think it was the John and Howard video, right? I think that was the longest React I've ever done. Green Goblin says either a murder mystery or react to someone else's podcast. Like watch someone else on a podcast and react to said podcast? Like what? Am I tied to these events being long-form reacts? We're doing one long-form react a month. That's the point. Every week, I do DSP versus the internet, and that's me reacting to clips, shorter videos on a clip show. It's a 3-hour show. We did it yesterday here on DSP Reacts. But once a month, I want to do one long-form react like we just did. You see? Tomorrow's schedule is Hogwarts Legacy on the first stream and Oblivion on the late stream. A nice chill day, which will be very, very appreciated. There's a YouTube channel called Police Activity showing body cam footage of officers involved shootings, educational and entertaining. Again, what I would say is there's different... You guys are misunderstanding what I'm asking. I'm asking you guys, okay? I'm asking you for examples of what would you like to see as my next big long-form react. If you want to suggest videos for short reacts, like for the DSP versus the internet show, members get to do that. You understand? It's channel members who post those videos up. What I'm looking for is, what would you like? I did this one today. What's a thing you would like to see me react to in 1 month's time, just like this? That would take a day to do. See? That police activity one sounds good for the short form show. For sure. That sounds like it would fit into that. Oh my goodness. Whew. Yeah, as you can see, I'm yawning. I hope the coffee kicks in because I still got to do the daily wrap. I still got to upload videos. You know, I got to take a shower. So I got a lot of stuff to do before I can relax. Like, oh, man, what a day. These take a lot out of me. They're fun, though. I like doing the long form stuff. But, man, it does take a lot out of me. It makes me tired. I did not say no to everything. What are you talking about? I absolutely did not say no to everything. I'm very much liking Hogwarts Legacy. I think it's great. There are many popular police interrogation videos. You know, that's funny that you say that, because I know I've watched a couple of those with my wife once or twice, where there was like a criminal, they were investigating them and trying to get them to admit it, and it shows the process of how an interrogator breaks someone down. Those are interesting, but from what I'm to understand, again, YouTube has issue with those. Like, there was this one channel that I guess stopped uploading for years because YouTube regularly demonetized and or blocked their videos, claiming that it was like a privacy issue or something like that. I mean, those interviews were public record, and YouTube was flagging them as privacy issues. How does that even make sense? It doesn't, right? Little Crow, I have no plans to do GoldenEye 007 playthrough anytime soon. Sorry. Ultra members do get more benefits. If you're an Ultra member of this channel, you get to one for sure guaranteed video watched on every single week when I do DSP versus the internet. So Ultra members, your videos are guaranteed to be watched at the beginning of every show. And since I do 4 a month, that means 4 guaranteed videos that I will watch in 1 month for you if you're an Ultra member. Pretty good value. Ooh, excuse me. Bloomkit did another super chat saying, right opinion is the name is a gag but good videos. All right, I'll have to look into that. I'm getting some different suggestions here. If anyone here watching this on demand has suggestions for the next long form react, please leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know what I should consider doing. Paul, no. What on earth? Paul, let me explain something to you. I don't care about my detractors at all. I just don't. I don't give a shit about them. Okay? They're the furthest thing from my mind. They really are. They're the furthest thing from my mind. I don't think about them at all. He just asked me, do I watch all these documentaries about other YouTubers because it takes the heat off of me with my detractors? No, I don't care. I don't care what they do. I could not care less. Slayer says he watched a documentary, an hour-long, 6 most heinous crimes committed in Britain. Interesting. That I can't do. Because Green Goblin says, I saw entire channels dedicated to watching old 2000 shows like Wife Swapping in 1,000 Ways. Now, we're not doing that. That's schlock and a whole other realm of risk. Watching television shows and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Ben says, he just wanted to let me know he loves when I rage at games. A lot of people watch for different reasons, and I understand if you think that's funny. What about a video history about MMO games like World of Warcraft? I mean, yeah, but the problem is when it comes to that stuff, you know, how interesting would that be? Here's what we found, okay? When it comes to these documentaries that are very factual, very dry, factual documentaries, they appeal to people who maybe really like that content. For example, 2 weeks ago, not yesterday, but the week before, I reacted to a "Do you know or did you know" gaming video about Street Fighter 2, and all these facts about how the characters' names are flipped, and you know they're very similar to characters from other things. It was fascinating, and then people were like, "Wow, that was boring. Skip it." I was like, "Huh?" And what I found is anyone in my chat who likes Street Fighter loved it, and everyone else who's not into Street Fighter was like, "I hate this." So I think sadly those videos are definitely for the audiences that they're directed at. I don't think that video, for example, is a general audiences style video that everyone would like. So, you know, those documentaries you gotta be a little careful with. You know, but the more you bombard people with this very bland factual data, I don't think that's as interesting as something that has some kind of a story to it. You know what I'm saying? Facts versus this ongoing narrative. I'm pretty sure a documentary called Gothic King Cobra is probably about that guy we watched cooking yesterday, who you guys want me to make fun of. Right? I don't think we're going to be watching that one. Bad public access movies. I could do commentary like Mystery Science Theater. I guess I could. I'd have to find them, though. I'd have to find those movies raw to actually watch over and comment over them, right? We would. We have to see what's considered. What do they call it? Public domain. Whatever is considered in the public domain. I could do a DSPReacts public domain marathon, right? We could. I don't know how entertaining it would be. We could try it. Oy, oy, oy. My next major long-form react will be late March. That's correct. Long-form. There will be weekly DSP versus the internet. The next one is a week from today, right here on DSPReacts, okay? Today is my last stream for a whole week. My next stream is next Saturday. Oh my god. Oh shit. Wow. I hope this coffee hits me. Listen to me. I am like falling asleep. This is bad. Do the history of Grand Theft Auto. If there's a good video on it, I could do that maybe. Then again, Rockstar is very claim happy. I guess it depends on what's in it, like music wise, right? Slayer says long term, maybe a react to show. You're doing it with someone else just said. We watch. It's like a watch along, where you wouldn't necessarily see what I'm watching here, but I would live react to it, and other people would be watching along with me. Sadly, I hate to say it, it's not going to be feasible. Like, let's say for example, we're going to do a watch along today of the Street Fighter movie from the 1990s. Do you have any idea how much of an undertaking that is? Right? Like, everyone would have to find it somewhere. Everyone would have to play it exactly the same time for the commentary to align. No one would ever be able to pause because that would screw it all up, right? What about different versions? If someone's watching it in one language or another, that could change it. That could change the running time because sometimes they stretch it out. You know, they could cut scenes out in certain versions. It's a kind of a pain. Unless we were all watching exactly the same thing. Like, I think YouTube has movies on it that maybe we could watch together. But again, we wouldn't watch them. I'd press play and I would just commentate over them. But again, I don't know. I prefer, if we're going to watch something together like on YouTube and we're going to learn from it together or comment on it together versus watching like heavily copyrighted TV shows, movies, and things that potentially have a lot of risk involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, the less risk, definitely the better. So I guess that would really be, how do we find the sweet spot? What's entertaining and fun, but also isn't going to present a lot of additional risk, right? Well, no, you see, Mr. Cakes, the difference with Mystery Science Theater, what they're watching is on the screen. If I'm going to watch anything that's not public domain, I can't show it on the screen because that's considered copyright infringement. Or trademark infringement, or both. You see? Oh my God, look. Man, I am so exhausted from doing this today. Or it could just be that, the caffeine needs to kick in and then I'll be all right. But man, I am yawning a ton. All right, guys, any last minute questions or any contributions for me to shout out or anything? I would say let's wrap it up. Let's get it done within the next 5 minutes because I got to get to uploading. It's going to be a lot of uploading, and then I got to shower and start relaxing. Help my voice here, man. My voice is going to be killing me. I hope I can recover overnight. I'll see you tomorrow, Willow. I don't have a favorite store to shop in, Green Goblin. When I was a kid, I'd probably say the comic book store. But I haven't seen a comic book store in like 20 years. So, I take that back. There's one in Seattle that I saw several years ago. Okay. Huh. Slayer says, it would be hard to do like that thing on a live stream. Instead of a recorded video for the watch along, you can't show the video timing on screen. Maybe what I could do, the only thing I could think is, how could I explain? Excuse me. Maybe I could, because I was thinking I could do a timer. See, it's so elaborate and so annoying. And what I was thinking was, let's say, for example, all right, I was going to watch one of the movies that's on YouTube. Now, there's not that many, but I know there are some interesting movies on YouTube, okay, that maybe I could react to. And everyone could load it up at the same time on your own device. And what I could do is maybe only capture the status bar from the bottom of the screen that shows the timer, and that could be on my screen. Like right now, imagine at the bottom of the screen, let's say I put the leaderboard at the top of the screen, at the bottom of the screen would just be the player bar from YouTube. So everyone press play, click, and you would see the timer. It would show you what point I'm at in the video. So you know where I'm at. And if I got to take a break, I could pause. And you can see exactly the moment that I've paused. So that then we could hit resume and it would resume all from the same spot, right? That's the only thing I could think of. That's literally the only thing I could think of. But even then, the YouTube status bar or player bar has video footage behind it. It's transparent. So even that little bit might get me in trouble. Right? This is something to think of for long term. I don't think this is something that I would want to do quick. Like, for example, for March, I definitely want to do another long form react that's kind of based on something on YouTube that I can easily play, like what we just watched. It doesn't have to be drama, but it could be something that's like a documentary, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and that way we could watch it and enjoy it. Like long term, maybe I could think of these other events, a watch along event, right? That's because that would be. It wouldn't be a DSP reacts. That would be a DSP watch along event, for sure. They had those on Twitch, and even then I didn't want to do them because the way I saw it was, listen, on any given day when I do a stream, I probably get anywhere from 200 to 400 viewers, right? If you do a watch-along event, likely because of regional problems with being able to watch the source material, and all of that, just the fact that if you join late, you probably wouldn't even want to watch because I'm in the middle of a movie, right? I would guess we'd get like 50 viewers or less. Like, I don't think that would be a thing that would be demanding. You know, I don't think there would be a lot of demand for that at all. I think people, the contrary, it's not easy to do, you know? Slayer says, yeah, maybe further on. Maybe as I start to phase out more gameplay later on down the road. I guess so. I guess that is an interesting idea, making sense. Yeah, Slayer, I know, but I'm always the one that's going to run into problems. Seriously. Remember, I'm the asshole who gets everything mass reported, right? So the moment, because he says basically people on Twitch seem to have less issues. He's seen people reacting to K-pop videos, they don't have problems. Yeah, but I'll be the one, because I'll be the schmuck that gets mass reported because my trolls are sitting there watching and they'll just try to harass me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely not worth it. It's definitely not worth it at all. Any chance of a watch along of the Winnie the Pooh movie, which is public domain? I don't even know what that is. What Winnie the Pooh movie is public domain? Winnie the Pooh, he doesn't have a movie that old. Like, the character is public domain. That doesn't mean every piece of media ever made from him is public domain. That's not true. Game Pass streams will return when we have free time and we need filler games. Right now, we don't have free time or time for filler games. We are inundated with a lot of games. We'll do it eventually, I'm sure, later on this year, but not right now. Okay. Any last chance, everyone, because I'm beat. I gotta start wrapping up. I'm so tired, and I gotta do the daily wrap, and I gotta start uploading and everything. So last chance. Funny educational things like factories, like how it's made documentaries. That might be interesting. That could be interesting. What about important events in gaming history, like the PS3 reveal disaster? Yes, that would be fun to react to, for sure. Yeah. Thank you, Slayer. I'll look for that email later. Sounds good. I know, $599 giant enemy crab hit it in its weak point for massive damage. I remember all about that. That's almost as bad as the Microsoft Xbox One reveal, where, you know, if you don't have internet, we have a console for you. It's called the Xbox 360. Wow. Don Matrick was a piece of work. I can't believe he was in charge. That could work. Little Crow says, how about a why Fallout 47 failed video? Is that what it was for? No, it's Fallout 76 you mean, right? Like why Fallout 76 failed video? Yeah, something like that. If it's long form, yeah, something like that could work. Again, I would want to try to get permission from whoever created it first, though. That's what creators do on Patreon. They watch, say, the last half of a US TV show, and you sing along with them and watch. That's a $2 anonymous tipper just told me that. Really? I wonder how people, I guess I got to try to figure out how they would do that. These watch-alongs. If this is something you guys are interested in. Okay. All right, everyone. I think it's time to wrap it up. I'm beat. Thank you all. What a great streaming day. A fun Level 1 podcast. A very successful first long-form edition of DSP Reacts to that Pro Jerry documentary, which I'll be uploading the first part shortly. And, of course, you know, some food with Feasting with the King. We had this cool decompression Q&A video. Hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow, we're back to regularly scheduled gameplay back on my other channel, DSP Gaming. All right? But for a day here on DSP Reacts, I thought this went really well. I had a lot of fun with it. I hope that you guys did too. Okay? And, you know, thank you so much. For those watching on demand, by the way, this video will likely be uploaded much later in the week than when I filmed it. Please, by all means, if you could leave comments on this video of your ideas. If you liked the Pro Jared doc that went up all this week here on the channel, what is your suggestion for something new? Would you like to see another video in that same vein? Maybe even from the same creator or a similar creator? Would you like to see something completely different? Please let me know. I need feedback. And I'm like Johnny 5. I'm alive, and I need input. And you'll always need more input when it comes to a new project like this. You need input. And so far, what I'm doing seems to be working. People are liking the weekly show, and now you guys like this monthly show. Let's keep that momentum going. All right, everyone? Thank you so very much. I hope you enjoyed. See you soon. Peace out.